For me, it was giving me a sense of independence, a sense of worth. I was valued for who I was and what I was doing. I was respected, finally, after, the initial initiation. Of course, I found my husband there. I had a great education. I went on to be an elementary school teacher and then a preschool teacher for 25, 30 years. It gave me a wonderful sense of values. I learned to respect people of other ethnic origins, and we all got along. We all lived together and respected each other.
In the summer of 1957, a young Doris Gack had her heart set on attending Susquehanna University. Her father, a devout Lutheran, suggested that she attend Muhlenberg after discovering the Lutheran college would be admitting women for the first time. She was accepted, and off to the Berg she went. When she arrived, Doris found herself sharing a room for the first time. Beyond the traditional burdens of freshman regulations, such as the wearing of dinks or performing the can-can or the alma mater at the very whim of the upperclassmen, female students had to answer to Heintraut Dietrich, the first dean of women in Muhlenberg's history.
One of her famous speeches at one of our dorm meetings as we were sitting there was, "Ladies, there are sweaters, and there are sweaters, and I better not catch you in any of the sweaters."
Doris took on a challenging course load to earn her double major in elementary education and psychology. Outside of the classroom, Doris took great pleasure in being a member of the choir. It was there that Doris's choir instructor, Ludwig Lennel, pushed her to pursue her musical talents.
And we were singing and singing, and I was harmonizing about an octave higher than everybody. And Ludwig Lennel comes charging down the aisle. Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? He was so funny. And I raised my hand, it's me. And he says, you take lessons, you study. So he got me to take voice lessons then for the next 4 years of my life.
She used her musical talents to direct the Spring Sing. Doris, also a proud member of the Opera Workshop, starred in 2 productions, Down in the Valley and Telephone. Sophomore year for Doris was marked by vast improvements at the college. The tension between the sexes had eased, and the Dean of Women was replaced, along with her strict codes of conduct. Sophomore year was also personally significant, as it marked the date where she was pinned by her ATO boyfriend.
When we got pinned, several days later, the guys would come and serenade us outside of the dormitory window. I don't know whether they do that. Do they still do that? And then they serenaded us in the evening with candles, holding candles. Very sweet. And then right after they left, the girls threw the pinned girl in the shower. So I got thrown in the shower.
This same Muhlenberg Greek later proposed to Doris at the chapel benches. Muhlenberg well prepared Doris for her role on the other side of the red doors, where after graduation she spent 30 years educating young children. Doris and her husband have 3 sons and 8 grandchildren. 27 years after Doris's engagement, history repeated itself when her middle son Doug graduated from Muhlenberg and went on to marry his Muhlenberg sweetheart. It's been 50 years since Doris graduated, and we celebrate not only the role that Doris played in the history of Muhlenberg, but the role Muhlenberg has played in the making of her history.
It was just a wonderful, this is corny I guess, it was a wonderful experience, it really was. And all these years later, almost 50 years later, I don't see myself as that far away from it, Oh yeah, I was in college last week, wasn't I?